What's going on, guys? This is Nathan the Scrub Academy welcoming you to another deck profile here on the channel. Today we've got Easton here with his Swordsoul Tenyi deck, and we're going to let him jump right into it.
Okay, so for the Swordsoul package, is pretty standard. 3 Ecclesia, 3 Moye, 3 Long Yuan, 2 Taya for the monsters. It's nice to see, but you don't always want to see it. You can search it if you need to.
Is that why you only play 2?
Yep.
Okay.
Have 3 Swordsoul Emergence, which is Roto for the deck, or if you have a Synchro, you can just add any worm you need. 1 Sacred Summit, which is a Monster Reborn, and then 2 Swordsoul Blackout, which really helps disrupt your opponent, help clear their board.
I was going to say, you played that today against me a couple times, and it really messed me up.
Yeah, you can really clear a board with it if you got the right stuff. That's it for the Swordsouls. And for the Tenyi, I play 3 Ashina, 2 Bashuda, 2 Adhara, and then I tried this blue one for the first time today.
How'd that work out for you?
When it came up, it was great, but I found myself citing it out a lot.
So if you're going to make a change in this, you would take that out?
Yeah, I might take it out for something else, but... And then 3 Vessel for the Dragon Cycle. Like, if you get Vessel plus any of these, you can make a Synchro 8 or 9 without even committing a normal summon. So you can, like... Ideally, you can make Xiaofang and lock them out of light monsters so they can't Nibiru you.
That'd be
nice. If they're going to Nibiru you, they have to do it before you summon that Xiaofang. So kind of helps bait that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, the normal monster is destroyed. You can banish this, summon that normal monster back, and then destroy a monster your opponent controls. So if you had Monk of the Tenyi, which is typically what you're going to do, and you target it with the Blackout, they'll destroy this and 2 of their cards they control, which will then trigger this to let you get your monster back and pop another card, so you're destroying 3 of their cards at almost no cost to you.
Seems good.
That's it for those. Then the rest of it's just kind of good cards for the deck. Play 3 Desires, because banishing your numerous 3-ofs won't hurt too much. Called by, because you kind of just need to play it right now.
How many times did you pot of Desires into a pot of Desires today?
A handful of times.
A handful of times?
I cry
like
every
it always
time.
happens.
I cry every time I see it.
You hate to see it.
3 Imperm. Good card. 3 Chalice. It's more of a flex spot. It's just couldn't think of anything good, so it's just something that's generically good all around for right now. 2 Ash and an Imperial Order. Because in Order right now, it just hurts too many decks right now to not play it.
Definitely.
So that's really it.
Do you have droplets? I'm curious.
I do not have droplets.
All right. I was just curious if you had those and you decided to play the Chalice over it, or if you would play those instead of the Chalice.
I don't know. That's a real tough one, actually. I'm not sure. Because I like this deck, you want to have stuff in your hand.
True.
For the extra deck, for the Swordsouls, I play 2 Grandmaster YuGiOh, 1 Sovereign Chengying.
Okay.
This gives you an Imperm-like effect, and it searches when you summon it. I play Baron in here too, but I found just today specifically, found going into this was more worth it just for it keeps your opponent from beating over your stuff. Plus, if you target this with the Blackout, you can use his effect to protect himself, which banishes a card. So then you get to pop 2 of their cards, just because you can. But then it'll also trigger him to banish a card off of their field and a card from their grave. So it's kind of like 4 for 1.
True.
And then for some of the Yang Zings I play, because they come up pretty good, play 2 Baxias. One for the Xiao Fang combo with the Tenyis, and the other one just to be for more of an offensive play to shuffle 2 cards back that they control. Play 1 Yazi for striker matchup because it's almost impossible for them to out it unless they go into DPE or something like that. Then 1 Xiao Fang, more specifically for the Drytron matchup like I had today. They just can't activate their light monster effects, and then it protects from Nibiru, Valor, that kind of stuff. Play 1 Draco Berserker, the Tenyi. So this one always catches people off guard. It's like if they activate a monster effect, you can just banish it. It doesn't negate or anything, which is it kind of sucks, but it doesn't at the same time. But it banishes that monster, which you typically want to banish from somewhere that's impactful against that deck you're playing against. Play 1 Shen Shen because it basically kills any deck that is reliant on the graveyard because it banishes everything from the field. Which really helped with that Drytron matchup again today.
Yeah, it's nice to have a Dark Claw.
Yeah, it's basically Dark Claw. Play 1 Ruddy Rose Dragon. So when it's summoned, it banishes both graveyards. So it's just another thing for those graveyard heavy decks. And it doesn't really hurt this one. If anything, you want to banish your stuff. Then play 1 Adamancipator Dragite. Because you summon this, it gives you a spell or trap negate on your opponent's turn if you have a water engrave, which is the Swordsoul Tenyi. But then if you, for some reason, you can use this other effect to excavate the top 5 and balance how many rocks you reveal. So if you side in Nibiru and you summon this, you could potentially get a non-targeting bounce.
Oh, okay.
And then just for the link monsters, play 2 Monk of the Tenyi, 1 Shaman of the Tenyi. The Monk's just to get your other Tenyis off the board so you can use their graveyard effects. And Shaman, you can pitch a card to revive any worm from the grave, which a lot of people don't realize. They just think it's just Tenyis, but you can get your Sword Souls back and summon a bunch of other stuff.
All right, is there anything that you would change in the deck today after your matchups?
Might take out that blue Tenyi and just put something else in there. Maybe change the chalices out for just anything, really. Those are flex spots. I can put basically whatever I want in right there.
All right, thank you, Easton, for bringing us your Swordsoul Tenyi deck. Make sure to stay tuned later on this week for some live duels with this deck, just so you can see it in action. You'll also be having a separate brand new series on the channel coming up as well, so make sure to stay tuned that will involve this deck right here. But that is all I've got for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is Nate from the Script Academy, signing out for now. Peace out.